हिताय गौरचन्द्र परम करुणा कहो दुई जना निताय गौरचन्द्र सब अवतार सारा शिरोमणि सब अवतार सारा शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कंदा परम करुणा पहुँ दुई जना हिताय गौरचन्द्र देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन नाई ए मन दयालो दाता देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन नाई ए मन दयालो दाता पशु पक्षी झुरे पाषाण वेदरे शुणी जार गुण गाथा पशु पक्षी झुरे पाषाण वेदरे भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताय सुदृढ़ विश्वास करी विषय छारिया शेर से मजिया विषय छारिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि मुखे बोलो हरि हरि अपना को संसारे मजिया रोहिली पोरिया तेरो दे रहिल आशा रे मजिया रोहिली पड़िया से पदे नहिल आशा अपना कर्म गुंजाए समन अपना कर्म गुंजाए समन कहे लोचन दास कहे लोचन दास कहे लोचन दास कहे लोचन दास हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे परम करुणा पहुँ दुई जना निताई गौरचंद्रा परम करुणा Dear devotees, for a long time we were in separation from Chaitanya Bhagavata. 5 days Bhagavad Gita course, then 2 days quiz preparation. So complete 7 days. That's a big duration to remain in separation from Chaitanya Bhagavata. We have been reading the Digvijay's Agamat to Navadip. Message has come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu said, Hai Hayya Ravana. Anybody remembers who are the name? Banasura, Narakasura, Nahusa, Bena, all of their pride was vanquished. So, oh Lakshmi Narasimha, please vanquish my pride. Hare Krishna. This pride is something, our greatest enemy. Let this pride don't touch any one of us. Any one of us. Let us remain very humble. We are useless in so many ways. But Krishna has kindly engaged us in the service, in his service. So, text 51, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata, chapter 13. Aneka mandali hai sarva sishya gana vasilena chaturdhike parama sobhana. As the students sat around the Lord in various groups, it created an unprecedented scene. You can imagine. And the center Nimai, all around the students. Dharma katha, sastra katha, osesa kautuke, Ganga tere basiya chena prabhu sukhe. The Lord jubilantly engaged in discussing Varnasrama Dharma and scriptural topics on the banks of Ganges. Though he did not say anything, the Lord thought, how shall I defeat this Digvijay? This Brahmana has become most proud because he thinks there is no one in the world to oppose him. If I defeat him in an assembly, it would be equal to death for him. Everyone would belittle him. They would plunder his belongings and he would die in lamentation because he came with a big procession. Elephants, chariots and horses. So, and he has many followers. क्या रे तुम्हारा क्या हुआ आज? हैं? हैं? अरे इसकी वजह से मुझे कोई बोला कि he was making video. हैं? People have so much a love for video. Video making. Everyone would belittle him. They would plunder his belonging. He would die in lamentation. Therefore, I will defeat him in a private place so that his pride will be destroyed, but he won't be hurt. So you see how Mahaprabhu is so conscious about everyone. In this Kali Yuga, we have to be very cautious. We are not here to smash anyone's pride. While the Lord was thinking in this way, night fell and Digvijay arrived at that spot. Wow! So Digvijay immediately came there, then and there. It was a clear full moon night, and the Ganges looked most enchanting. As the Lord sat with his student, his attractive form was unmatched throughout innumerable universes. बोलो गौरांग महाप्रभु के, निमाय पंडित के, नवदीप चंद्र के, सची नंदन के. A smile decorated Lord's moon-like face. His beautiful eyes showered merciful glance. His teeth defeated the luster of string of pearls. His reddish lips resembled the color of rising sun. He was full of compassion. All the limbs of his body were delicate. His head was adorned with beautiful curly black hair. His dress was divine. His neck resembled that of a lion. His shoulders were like those of an elephant. His body was very large. His attractive chest was adorned by Lord Ananta in the form of Brahmana thread. An enchanting mark of tilaka decorated his forehead. Just relish, my dear friends, the divine beauty of Lord Gaurasundar. His beautiful arms reached to his knees. The Lord wore his cloth like a sannyasi. He sat with his right foot on his left thigh. As the Lord explained the scriptures, he established correct statements as incorrect and incorrect statement as correct. All of his students sitting around him in groups created an enchanting scene. Seeing that wonderful scene, Digvijay was astonished. Thought, is this Nimai Pandit? Digvijay remained incognito as he gazed steadily on the Lord's beautiful form. He then asked a student, what is his name? And the student replied, he is the famous Nimai Pandit. The best Brahmanas then offered his obeisances to the Ganges and entered the Lord's assembly. Normally, in Navadip, nobody dared to even face Mahaprabhu. They would run away a mile before. But Digvijay at least had the guts to enter into the assembly of Lord. Seeing him, the Lord slightly smiled as he offered him a seat with great respect. Digvijay Mahoday, Kesava Kashmiri, please take your seat. Although the Digvijay was very brave by nature and champion of learning, besides, he was nevertheless frightened on seeing the Lord. The power of Supreme Lord's natural characteristic is such that very sight of him produces fear. So, if your heart is not pure, then you cannot tolerate the association of Lord. Because Lord is all pure. Because the Lord is all pure, He is going to vanquish. Like here I came to know that everybody they fear to face me, right? And they don't want to come in front of me, right? So, because I am not here to pamper your dirt, Kire, Panchal. I'm not here to pamper your dirt. Huh? And if that is the case, I being puny and insignificant, you can imagine what about Lord and his pure devotee. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's mind blowing. Lord is all pure. Darkness cannot be there. So that is why when Lord came, Ravana could not survive. Jarasandha could not survive. Kansa could not survive. Lord is all pure. Paundraka could not survive. Dantabekra, Viduratha, Salva. Nobody could survive. Lord is all pure. Huh? So who is Digvijay? Huh? Gupta's heart has started palpitating. Huh? Sir, the power of Supreme Lord's natural characteristic is such that very sight of him produces fear. Arey, what about the demons? Indra fears, Brahma fears, Brahaspati fears, the wind god Pavan also fears, Agni fears. Who doesn't fear? After exchanging a few words of introduction, the Lord began to sportingly inquire from him. The Lord said, "There is no limit to your poetic ability. There is nothing that you are unable to describe. Please recite some of the glories of the Ganges, for by hearing such glories, everyone's sins are destroyed." Hearing the Lord's request, the Digvijay immediately began to describe the glories of the Ganges. Who can fathom the countless verses that Brahmana so quickly recited? So there are little event there, which is not here, is as soon as Digvijay came there, all the Vrinda Navadip Pandits, they fled Navadip. So there were thousands of teachers, thousands of tall, Sanskrit tall, and all of them were deserted. The main teacher fled in fear. Only Nimai Pandit was there. So Digvijay is searching. So he must have come with a list of names, right? And he's asking, where are these people? Where are these people? So he could not find anyone. And finally, he came to the Ganga Ghat by Lord's arrangement. And there must be pleasantries exchanged. Digvijay must have told, Kesava Kasvari, Digvijay. I have defeated everyone. Actually, nobody can actually be so close to me. Anyway, it looks like Navadip has been deserted because of my arrival here. And Nimai Pandit, in his natural style, must have praised him. Yes. But let's discuss your depth of your scholarship. Glorify Ganga. And Digvijay immediately started glorifying Ganga. The Digvijay's recitation was like the deep rumbling of clouds Since Saraswati personally resided in the tongue of Digvijay, whatever he spoke was authorized. Different yugas, we had different kind of scholars. You see, 500 years before, this is the scholarship. Now scholarship means you have to become a big scientist, publish many papers. No human being had the ability to refute his speech, for no scholar could even understand him. Lord's thousands of students all became speechless on hearing those descriptions. Rama, Rama, how wonderful! They marveled. Can an ordinary human being speak like this? The most wonderful words and literary ornaments in the world were all used in Digvijay's recitation. When we were studying in high school, so we were if we cannot use flowery language, then you are not a scholar. So, in our time, our discussion was never science or math, although we liked science and math. Math particularly, I liked math very much, but discussion among senior and junior or among the contemporaries is all about flowery language. So people will read those days. I have forgotten many big, nice Odia essay book and the languages. Now I am not able to remember even. And we used to do that. If you are not good at language, even recently I went to, when I went to Koraput, my headmaster's friend called me to give a class. So after I spoke, their MIL teacher, he made kind of vote of thanks. He spoke such nice, first class Odia speech. Very literary. Only language is not there or missing from those who study in engineering or this kind of, they have no language. And I was really amazed. Do you remember वो जो उनका ओडिया टीचर जो फाइनली बताया? So, language is very important. They use. This is what they do. We have done it in our time. Now people has become so low class, they don't have language. But there are places I am seeing. and that is a very interior. The place that we went is very interior. It's the border of Odisha and Andhra. And the kind of literary language he spoke was amazing. So language is a very, very, very important ornament. Unfortunately, present day society is so bewildered by Bollywood and Hollywood and Collywood and Tollywood and all woods. They become blocks. Even those who were fully conversant in the scriptures had great difficulty understanding his words. The Digvijay continually recited in this amazing way for 3 hours without coming to an end. When Digvijay finally finished his recitation, Sri Gaurasundara smiled and spoke, "The purport of your words are so exalted that unless you explain them, no one can understand. Therefore, please explain a portion of your recitation, for whatever meaning is explained by you must be accepted." Hearing the Lord's enchanting words, the best of Brahmana began to explain. But as soon as he began to explain a verse, the Lord immediately pointed out faults in the beginning and the middle and end of the verse. Digvijay began to enthusiastically explain the following verse that he composed. Mahatvam Gangaya Satatam Idam Abhati Nitaram Yadesa Sri Vishnu Sharana Kamalotpatisu Bhaga Dvitiya Sri Lakshmi Riba Sura Naraira Archya Charana Bhavani Bharturya Sirasi Vibhavati Adbhuta Guna. The greatness of Mother Ganges always brilliantly exists. She is the most fortunate because she emanated from the lotus feet of Sri Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. She is the second goddess of fortune. Therefore, she is always worshipped both by demigods and by humanity. Endowed with all wonderful qualities, she flourishes on the head of Lord Shiva. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 16, 41 and 46. The Lord said, according to the scripture, all the words and literary ornaments that you have used are far from correct. This must be a great shock. When Digvijay began to explain the verse he had composed, the Lord pointed out metaphorical faults in the beginning, middle and end of the verse. The expert combination of words and absence of metaphorical faults necessary and the composition of verse were not found in Digvijay's verse. One should study the 5 faults and 5 qualities pointed out by the Lord in Digvijay's verse as found in Chaitanya Charitamrita 1654 to 84. The second line of this verse indicates that even if one wanted to establish that words and literary ornaments were used according to their respective literary rules, it would be extremely difficult to do so. But please tell us, what was your intended meaning of these ornaments? Asked Lord Gauranga. The big Digvijay, the great son of Saraswati, was unable to properly explain, for his intelligence had left him. The moment you confront Krishna finished. You may think you know many things, but you will become kaput. Whatever little attempt he made to defend himself was refuted by Lord Gaurasundara. It appeared that the Digvijay's intelligence had taken leave of him, for he did not even know what he was saying. The Lord said, "Leave this verse, recite another." But Digvijay was unable to recite like before. It is not unusual that Digvijay was bewildered in front of the Lord, because even the Vedas were bewildered in the presence of the Lord. Lord Brahma, Lord Ananta, Lord Shiva create, maintain and annihilate innumerable universes. When even they are bewildered before the Lord, then what is the surprising if this Brahmana was bewildered? The bewilderment law of Lord Anantadev by Lord Gaura Narayana is described in Srimad Bhagavatam in the following words spoken by Brahma to Narada. Neither I nor all the sages born before you know fully the omnipotent personality Godhead. So what can others who are born after us know about him? Even the first incarnation of the Lord, namely Sesa, has not been able to reach the limit of such knowledge, although he is describing the qualities of the Lord with 1,000 faces. After Brahma, the creator of the universe, told the calves and cowherd boys of Braj, Lord Krishna, in order to bewilder Brahma and destroy the lamentation of cowherd boys' mothers, personally accepted the form of cowherd boys and calves, continued enjoying his pastime and pasturing ground for 1 year. At that time, seeing the gopis and cows' excessive love and affection for their offspring, being unable to understand the cause, Lord Balaram thought as follows: Who is this mystic power? Where has she come from? Is she a demigod or demoness? She must be the illusory energy by Master Lord Krishna. For who else can bewilder me? The bewilderment of Chaturmukha Brahma is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.13.40 to 45 as follows. When Lord Brahma returned after a moment of time had passed, he saw that although by human measurement a complete year had passed, Lord Krishna, after all that time, was engaged just as before in playing with the boys and calves who were his expansion. Lord Brahma thought, whatever boys and calves there were in Gokul, I have kept them sleeping on the bed of my mystic potency, and to this very day they have not yet risen again. A similar number of boys and calves have been playing with Krishna for one whole year, yet they are different from the ones illusioned by my mystic potency. Who are they? Where did they come from? Thus Lord Brahma, thinking and thinking for a long time, tried to distinguish between those two sets of boys who were each separately existing. He tried to understand who was real and who was not real, but he could not understand at all. So Brahma is saying, those who are with Krishna are real, and those whom I have kept in the cave under the influence of Yoga Nidra, they are real. And finally he was bewildered. Anybody can be bewildered by Lord. Lord can bewilder anyone. So that is why, what is our little bit of knowledge we have and we become so puffed up. I know Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, 32 years. You Lila Purushottam Das, you declare yourself such a great rascal. 32 years you have studied Bhagavad Gita. 32 years. And for Krishna, here is a great rascal. He is croaking for 32 years and saying he understands Bhagavad Gita. So this is the problem. We have to be very, very careful. As the darkness of snow on a dark night and the light of a glowworm and the light day have no value, the mystic power of an inferior person who tries to use it against a person of great power is unable to accomplish anything. Instead, the power of that inferior person is diminished. See also Chaitanya Bhagavata, which quotes Srimad Bhagavatam. The bewilderment of Panchanana is Lord Shiva, is described as follows. When Lord Hari in the form of Mohini bewildered the demons and gave demigods nectar to drink, Lord Shiva, who rides on the bull, who is the husband of Bhavani, along with his wife Uma and his followers, went before Lord Hari to see his form as Mohini. Shiva worshipped the Lord and spoke in the following words found in the Srimad Bhagavatam 8.12.10. O my Lord, I, who am considered to be the best of demigods, and Lord Brahma and great rishis headed by Marichi, are born of the mode of goodness. Nevertheless, we are bewildered by your illusory energy and cannot understand what this creation is. Aside from us, what is to be said of others, like the demons and human beings, who are in the base modes of material nature? How will they know you? Elsewhere in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Sukadeva Goswami speaks to Maharaj Parikshit as follows. While Lord Shiva observed the beautiful woman playing with the ball, she sometimes glanced at him and slightly smiled in bashfulness. As he looked at the beautiful woman and she watched him, he forgot both himself and Uma, his most beautiful wife, as well as associates nearby. Lord Shiva, his good sense taken by the woman because of lusty desire to enjoy with her, became so mad for her that even in the presence of Bhavani, he did not hesitate to approach her. A description of bewilderment of other demigods is found in Kena or Talabakara Upanishad as follows. The Supreme Brahman Vishnu alone gave victory to demigods in their battle with the demons. By the victory of Supreme Brahman, the demigods became glorious, but due to foolishness, they thought, this is our victory, this is our glory. Okay? The Supreme Brahman understood the foolishness of demigods and appeared before them as Yaksha or Gandharva, But even though demigods saw Supreme Brahman before them, they nevertheless asked, who is this great personality in the form of a yaksha? They could not clearly understand. They said to Agni, O knower of the Vedas, who is this great personality? You should get to know him fully. Agni said, it will be done. When Agni went before the Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Brahman said to Agni, who are you? Agni replied, I am Agni, the celebrated knower of Vedas. The Supreme Brahman said, being so, what power do you have? Agni replied, I can burn to assess everything within this material world. Supreme Brahman placed a straw before him and said, burn this. Agni went before the straw and was unable to burn it with his entire strength. Being defeated by Supreme Brahman, Agni returned to the demigod and said, I could not fully understand who this great personality in the form of Yaksha is. Therefore the demigod said to Bayu, O Bayu, who is this great personality in the form of a Yaksha? You should get to know him fully. Bayu said, it will be done. When Bayu went before Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Brahman said to Bayu, who are you? Bayu replied, I am Bayu, the celebrated wind. The Supreme Brahman said, being so, what power do you have? Bayu replied, I can blow away anything within this material world. You know that actually you cannot blow away a soul. Yes, you can't blow away. What to speak up? The Supreme Brahman placed a straw before him and said, blow this. Bayu went before the straw, was unable to blow it away with his entire strength. Being defeated by the Supreme Brahman, Bayu returned to the demigods and said, I could not fully understand who this great personality in the form of Yaksha is. Thereafter, the demigods said to Indra, O Indra, who is this great personality in the form of Yaksha? You should get to know him fully. Indra said, it will be done. When Indra went before the Supreme Brahman disappeared from his sight. When Indra saw the beautiful golden female form of Umadevi in the same sky, he went before her and directly asked, who is this great personality in the form of Yaksha? She clearly told him, he is the Supreme Brahman, Vishnu. By his victory, you have become glorious. Upon hearing this word of Umadevi, Indra became fully convinced that he was the Supreme Brahman or Vishnu. Agni एक straw को जला नहीं पाया. Agni could not burn a straw. Bayu could not blow away a seemingly very ordinary straw. So what does it mean? What does it mean? If anybody is able to do anything, that power is coming from Krishna. The moment, suppose I am able to speak to you, it is because of Krishna's kind grace. Guru Krishna Prasade. We are speaking. But if Krishna wants, we may not be even able to utter a single word. It is. I remember once I was seeing a dream where I was told, you chant prayer, Mangalarati prayer, Sansara Davanala. And I am not able to remember. And I am trying my best. What is the Mangalarati prayer? What is the Mangalarati prayer? And everybody is looking at me. Like as if I am the number one idiot there. So, it all can happen. Anytime. All by Krishna's mercy, He gives us the memory. By His mercy, He takes away the memory. My ability to speak, now I speak very slowly, right? I don't speak very fast. Do I speak very fast? No. When I was in Juhu temple, I used to speak so But blah 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 blah. Once our Bhima Prabhu came and told me, "Oh dear, you speak so fast, very fast." I said, "I am speaking fast." Now, even if I want to speak fast, I cannot speak. I cannot speak. Is all. Those days I remember when Krishnan sir will go to America and I would conduct the program. Every day I will give someone a sign. Today is your turn, tomorrow is your turn. And when my turn will come, I will behave like as if I am a king. And what I was speaking, even I don't remember. But everywhere telling, wow, how nicely you are speaking. How nicely you are speaking. In Juhu temple, when I used to speak, everybody used to say, what I was speaking. But ultimately I realized I understand nothing. Fool, number one. So this speaking is of no value. No value. Krishna, to encourage us, sometimes allows us to speak. At some point of time, it takes that ability. Then you realize what a fool you are. So it's better to meditate. When you glorify Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Every day we should meditate. What a rascal I am, what a rascal I am, what a fool I am, what a fool I am. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that before you go to bed, beat your mind with 32 broomstick or 100 broomstick. When you wake up in the morning, beat your mind with 100 broomstick. Because the ignorance is so deep within, we think that we understand Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. We understand Krishna, we understand Nimai Pandit, we understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nothing we understand. We are only croaking. We are only croaking. Okay. So what a beautiful purport here, that the purport started because Digvijay has been bewildered. There is no detailed description here, like it is there, the 5 fault and 5 ornaments. And I think one of the things that was there is here Bhavani Bhartru. That Bhavani Bhartru, Bhavani means wife of Lord Shiva. So, wife of Lord Shiva, Bhartru, her husband. Okay? Something like that, right? It seems that.
Husband of wife of Lord.
Husband of wife of Lord Shiva. Husband of wife of Lord Shiva. That means Parvati has another husband. It appeared like that. Bhavani Bhartru. देखो कैसे you dig out the meaning. Normally nobody would say Bhavani Bhartru. Ordinary people will never find. In fact, If the teacher has the right spirit, what he is saying, Bhavani Bhartru, then also there is no fault. But from the language perspective, this is a fault. And whatever Nimai can you saw what? He will interpret something wrongly. What is right, he will interpret that wrongly. And what is wrong, he will interpret in the rightly. So this is Mahaprabhu. So anyway, the beauty is that Digvijay has been defeated by Mahaprabhu. There is a description like that he composed 100 verses, and I think 65th or 66th verse Mahaprabhu recited and told him, let us start analyzing 5 ornament and 5 fault. And it seems Mahaprabhu first talked about ornament and then he talked about fault. And that time Digvijay was crestfallen because, first of all, although he composed, even he could not, possibly he cannot reproduce whatever he composed. And like suppose I am writing an essay, it is not that I will reproduce it if I am not seen. So to reproduce that, somebody who is hearing is a tremendous achievement. And then and there, Digvijay felt humiliated. For our pride to be decimated, how long it takes? Is very painful. Pride to be decimated is very painful. Extremely painful. Okay? But we have to accept it. We must accept it. Because that is how we will be purified. So decimation of our pride should be taken by very sincere devotees of Krishna as Krishna's mercy. Krishna's mercy. Like today I was making a presentation to some big people. And I was thinking I will call Ravi Prakash. But everything went kaput. And before the presentation, I was hearing our Badrinarayan Maharaj some talk. And my volume was in 100%. So I reduced that volume 20 or 30. And then my presentation, when I made it a full mode, that volume also is not coming. And what they are speaking also I am not able to hear. So, for pride to be decimated, it is just 1 minute. Like when I did comprehensive of Ravi Prakash, he went there as if a great hero, and nothing he could speak. Ravi Prakash is being asked the simplest questions, and normally I allowed everybody that you make some presentation so that you will be saved from a huge number of questions, embarrassing questions. And Ravi Prakash is making his lip movement, and then his comprehensive has to be repeated twice, even a second time, and then he cleared it. So pride, my dear friend, this pride is something within us. Somehow we should pray to Krishna, destroy my pride. That's why many times in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna addresses Krishna, Madhusudana, Keshi Nishudana. What else? Something like that. Please finish my confusion, finish my pride, finish my doubt. So this is very important. So we will continue from text 103 tomorrow. We are very happy that we started again Chaitanya Bhagavata. We saw that how just like a glowworm has no value on a sunny day, a dark snow has no value on a dark night. Similarly, nobody has any value in front of Krishna. जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्रीला गिरिराज कृष्ण की, श्री श्री राधा रमन जी की, गौर प्रमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. So they are the real master. They are the real master. They are the real master. Any question, any one of you, any of you have any question, please ask. Abhishek, Mukund, Madhusudan, Sudhir, Jalalimudi, Akshay, Anu, Bapi Sarkar, Chahat Uprati, Chaitanya, Suman, Bangalore. Santosh is asking, we do not understand anything. But in Janma Karma Chame, Divyam Sloka, Lord says, one who knows me in truth will not come back again to material world. How to understand these two contradictions? I don't understand what you are saying. What is your contradiction? Please tell. Dilip Kumar, Hariam Birla, Jayant Mahanto. Speak, Santosh. Jitendra Soni, Khushbu, Lan Gita, Liv Gita, Malay Naskar, Manish Yadav, Meher Kurkunda. Meher Kurkunda has come back now. Pawan Goyal, Piyush Sehgal, Premraj Kala. Sachin Sahu, he is supposed to come back. What has happened? Sanjay Dehradun, Swati Singh, Tarun. Yeah. Santosh, Professor Santosh, please tell. क्या हो रहा है? No sound is coming. But I don't understand your question, Santosh. Lord says, one who knows me in truth will not come back again to material world. So what is the contradiction? We don't understand. We don't understand that Lord's Janma Karma is divine. Do you understand? You don't understand. If somebody understands the Lord's appearance, just because we are able to speak, oh, don't you know that we are not, Lord doesn't take birth like I take. I am forced by my karma. Lord is not forced. He selects his own father and mother. When he appeared in 400 Narayan form. We understand nothing, my dear friend. Nothing. The moment you understand Lord appeared as Narayana form, you understand what is Narayana form, your voice will choke, your eyes will be filled with tears. What do you understand? What I understand? Nothing. Yes, we are very fortunate, at least we are speaking this topic instead of speaking something nonsense. That is our good fortune. You are not staying in Nankari? You will go alone? Night? You have cycle? You will take Tarun's cycle? Okay. How to destroy our pride, sir? Please pray to Krishna. Normally pride is destroyed by close monitoring of the teacher and his good chastisement from time to time. What is the difference between false ego and pride? False ego is the ultimate form of pride. Pride sits in the mind, where false ego is the ultimate form of pride. When your false ego is hit, then it is finished. Like Digvijay, it is more than pride, his false ego was uprooted. One can conquer the sex desire, but to conquer false ego is most difficult. So conquer sex desire, you have to be freed from pride. That means even if you are freed from pride, you are freed from sex desire, still you are not freed from false ego. So false ego is the ultimate illusion. That's a good question. False ego and pride. Yes. Santosh has clarified. His question is that we cannot understand anything. Doesn't mean that you cannot understand. We don't understand now, but you must endeavor to understand it. One day you will understand. The day you understand that Lord's birth and death, birth and activities are transcendental or divine, that day you are already in Goloka Vrindavan. So we are waiting for that day when we will understand that. When we read purport, we may not understand much, but after repeated reading, we may get a feeling that we have started to understand. What should be correct? No, it's correct. More and more we study, there will be some understanding, some sinking will be there. And the process must be continued. Process must be continued. What is the root cause of pride? Root cause of pride is your misuse of your free will. Misuse your free will. Offenses. My dear friend, offense is a very big thing. Because of offense, many people, they become very proud and they derail from spiritual life. I have noticed many. Okay, 9:30, we must stop here. I thank everyone for being part of this Chaitanya Bhagavata recitation. We'll continue tomorrow again. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata ki, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki, Gaur Pramanande Hari Hari Bo.